Hello, hello. I'm Robin, and this is my Alkaline vegan journey. And you know what today is? Is Black Castor Oil Extraction Day. Now, we're going to be in two locations, and one will be outside as we actually extract the oil. So, y'all come on in, sit down, get comfortable. I'm in St. Lucia, and we are doing the extraction of the oil for our black castor oil. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm learning how to actually use YouTube effectively, and I want to make sure you all get all of this. There's so much information um, when it comes to black castor oil and how making it can change exactly what you come up with. Now, what we have now is a very potent um, castor oil that we're putting together. And I say potent simply because we've been marinating the seeds for 38 days today. And they're still marinating. Might need to take them down. I think I'm going to do most of this outside. So, yeah, let's start here. So I'm going, babe, you got it set up already? Yeah, I'm just going to take everything outside. The sun is now shining. Guys, it has been raining all day. That kind of threw me off a little bit because we knew that we needed some sort of dryness, even with the type of pedestal that we're using that holds the charcoal that's going to heat the pot. Now, I want to start at the beginning of exactly what we did to get to this point. Um, it's so funny because I'm out here where everything began. Let's see. I got to get this focused. I am using my desktop because my laptop because I don't have a device here in St. Lucia. My mom tried to send me a replacement, and I don't know. The U.S. Post Office took a month to send it around the United States, never making it here. A month, and send it back to her after $70. So we're still working on that, and I'm still without a mobile device. Anyhow, we're gonna make the best of what we have because this works. Anyhow, we started this process of extracting the castor oil. I mean, the castor beans from the on March. And so much nature, and I just gotta let y'all see too. I don't know if you can see Miss Pratt. I don't know if I caught him or not. We have so much nature, and this is really not the way to try to record because, as you can see, I'm having to take the entire thing down. But anyhow, we started this process on March 27th, and we started collecting the seeds. And I think that was like the beginning of one full moon. And it started at that point drying the seeds with the sun. And uh, most of the seeds popped from the beans at that point. Those that didn't, we had to go through and peel them. Y'all check out our videos on how we got to where we are now. The separation of the seed from the bean is the reason why castor oil is so expensive. Right now, during our live, we have pre-orders for this limited supply of, I want to call it sacred because everything, the intention, which is the ether, the rain, which we had this morning, the wind, which was the sunlight and the wind, the moon, the sun, everything, all the elements took place while putting this together. 38 days we roasted these seeds. They lit up in the house like roasting nuts. It smelled so good. I can't wait to get this started. And our process is going to be different than most because with research, I want to align this to things that are elevating the frequency. The frequency of the earth is 7.83 I want to say hertz or megahertz. I got to look that up. And that's what we're trying to shoot for, being in alignment with, where we are. And I believe that by using the lunar cycle to do that, and using the solar energy to get them just right. I'm telling you, I used to play in the seeds because they're at this point so soft and silky, and they just run through your hands, and they smell so good. Guys, I can't wait to get this process started. So put on your seat belts and let's get started. I got to figure out where we're going to actually set up the uh, camera. Let's do it here. So I think this is going to capture most. You might be able to check out the new garden. All of this is supposed to be cucumber, but it's taken over. The pumpkin I took out, but we'll talk about it. We got new castor trees growing. Yeah, guys, some things we're going to move outside because we have such great sunlight, like the pot, the clay that we're using to not only mash our seeds, but to boil them so that everything stays in this one ancestral uh, pot of nothing but earth from St. Lucia, volcanic earth. Okay, let me get the rest of the stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, we're just about ready. Now we're on to 1:30. Please share the word. We're going to start with extraction of the black castor oil from the seeds that we've had germinating in the solar sun of St. Lucia for 38 days today. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to scoop out a few of them so y'all can see the bowl, and they're slightly warm. I want to scoop them out, and these are the ones we're going to mash first. We're going to do it in sections because this is a new technique, completely new. So we're just going to scoop in. Can you all see? I can't see what y'all can see. Scoop in the castor seeds that have been roasting in the sun for a month and some days. I think that should be enough. I'm trying to get about a pound. That might be about 2 pounds. Yeah. Every pound of seeds renders about 5 ounces, 4 or 5 ounces of oil. Now, because our oil has been done a little differently with roasting them in the sun, it may render a little more. Now, we're going to take these seeds and apply them to the clay pot. Now, the clay pot is very reactive, meaning that the clay pot is completely inundated with its own nutrients because it was made from the soil here in St. Lucia. So let's go down. And because the seeds are slightly warm and the pot is warm, oh, the one thing you all are going to have to wait one more second because what's going to be another major twist is how we mash them. And that's why I'm thinking I probably could go inside, but we need the light. The light is going to be important. This thing is really warm. So I'm going to put these beans in and start them to just being very used to being in this space. Let me show what it looks like. And I'm going to pull up a little closer. But this is the beans in the pot. I'm going to try to catch the sun. And we're going to run in if it starts to rain because I don't want any of this to get wet before it's time. So let me go get the instrument in which we're going to mash the beans. 1 second. I tell you this has never been done before. This is a coconut that I, you know, used the concrete and shaved and got smooth. This is going to be one of the containers that we actually put the oil in. You know, I've been smoothing the bottom to level it. We're going to put some bamboo and some other things with resin to stick it, and we're still trying to get the top, how we're going to make it so that it's closable. My idea was just to crack it, put the oil in with the banana leaves and to seal it, and then the oil, and then close it like the coconut was and seal it with resin. Once you get it, you crack it and you decide where you store it. It could be in here. Reseal it. I don't know. But we're still thinking. So if you have any comments about that, please drop them. Please drop the comments. We're going to be out doing this for about until about 1:30. So wherever we are is where we'll be when. Yeesh. Yeesh. Golly, why is that up there like that? Guys, I'm trying to set the camera up so that I can hear them cracking already. So this is going to be the deal. This is me, but this is what's important. How this works out with using the coconut. And all we're going to do is basically rhythmically just, you hear them popping? It's a smash instead of a pound. And the alignment, a lot of people here in St. Lucia believe that the coconut is for protection. And isn't that kind of apropos? We're using, and that's why I love doing this like this, because the oils from the castor oil really are going to align with the nutrients that are in this clay pot. The clay coming from the soil here in St. Lucia. Let's see if I can get a better angle. And yes, guys, I'm using my desktop because I am devout of, and I want to do it this way so you can kind of see how the beans are turning white. And that's exactly what we want. This coconut is going to be used for dinner tonight. It is our coconut milk. I use coconut milk for about everything. This transference of energy is amazing because as the oils from the castor oil come out of the seeds and into the pot, and you can see it. You can see how the pot has changed color. Uh-oh, here comes the rain again. But I appreciate the rain. No matter what time, it's always on time. I'm planting. Most people are planting right now, even though here in St. Lucia, we're going into the dry season. These things are popping so easy. It's kind of funny. And this coconut is doing such a great job. Matches so well with this clay pot. And there's some kind of relaxation thing going on with this. I'm getting a little exercise upper body from doing this. I feel my heart just being, all I'm doing is grinding on spot. This is gonna boil up well. As soon as we mash all of this, we're gonna add water, spring water to this, and then we're gonna put it over fire and let the oil separate from the water. We're gonna skim it from the top and pour it into a temporary container because this should be stored in something amber, something tinted, because it'll hold its, the sun, giving the babies a last day of sunshine. I said I was going to cheat and put some of this in the food processor, but I don't need to. These beans are mashing up so well. These are black I mean, these are castor beans here in St. Lucia. We're making black castor oil. And that's a process where you, harvest your beans. Within the bean are the seeds, 3 seeds in particular. And once you have harvested the beans, if they're not completely brown and dry and popping the seed, you need to give it more sun because the sun will do it. Y'all, I'm a testament. I'm a witness to that. Every step of this process has been effectuated by the sun. And when I think about having to do some of this stuff manually, it's like, wow. Picking the beans apart to get to the seed. And even in denaturing these seeds, because denaturing means that it's actually uh, getting rid of any harmful substances. And the major harmful substance in this is ricinoleic acid, or the component ricin that's in it. It is very toxic to humans. I mean, to the point where it could end you with only 1 to 2 milliliters. So you have to process these castors really well. And that's why taking your time, let the sun do it. I bet every one of these, I'm not seeing any seeds. And that's what you want. All the seeds to be popped. That's the ultimate goal. Pop every seed, not have one whole seed nowhere. And this thing is doing such a wonderful job. Oh my God. This is making it too easy. Way too easy. Reggie, we're going to be ready sooner than I thought. I thought it was going to take me all day. I'm only going to do a small patch for right now. I don't see any seed. Oh, here's some. Yeah, I didn't get over here. You hear that? Grinding motion. Good for the upper body. Wow. This was just the one. So once I mash these and make sure every seed has been smashed, I may just add. No, I'm not. I'm just going to use this much because we're only going to do a small patch. I want you all to see how the oil is extracted. And then I'll go ahead and do the mass production with the remainder of the seeds. But this is basically what's going to be happening to all of them. Look at how well that did. I am astonished. I knew it was going to be easier than the last time I did it because I didn't follow anything. I just plop, plop, made castor oil. Didn't matter which day, where we got the beans from, what day we got this. None of that played. And we did get a pretty nice yield, but I believe that's because Mr. Kim, who is an expert with doing castor oil, and I don't know why we didn't use the lunar cycle, but I know y'all have never seen nobody do it like this. But y'all, this is quite effective. And the pot gets all the nourishment. It feeds off of one another. Y'all see me? Yes, this sun is like that. That's why I know these beans are ready. 30 days of this, though. 38 days. Counting today. Not one seed left. Let's see. Let's do the other side. Look how nice. Every seed is popped, y'all. How is that? This is just the rest of the shells that were so burnt popping. They're just getting pulverized. Y'all, this has been mashed to perfection. But I do want the white part of the seed to be really mashed because that's where the oil is. Yes, I'm going to need a towel. Okay. And I like using a few beans at a time because you get maximum coverage. Everything is smashed. You don't walk in with any beans or even any of the unshelled beans that are anything other than powder. Okay, I'm sweating a bit too much. Reggie, we're ready. Having this pan slightly warm from seasoning it was brilliant. Y'all just don't understand. It was absolute brilliance because these seeds being warmed in the sun and still roasting get a chance to go directly into something else warm to keep that going, and just culminates right here. And you see it live where every seed pulverized in a matter of minutes. It's right now 12:26, and we've only been on since 12 o'clock. I started this at 12:13, getting everything together. So that took no time at all, and everything is pulverized. Y'all check, make sure I don't have any seeds. I bet you won't find one. We're gonna get that in a minute. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna get this off of there. But I want to show you all this. Wow, that feels so good. I can see the oil being extracted now. This is what it looks like. Not one seed. And that's what you want. So now the next process is to add your spring water and get it over the heat. I'm going to keep doing this to wait for Reggie to get my fire started. I wanted you all to see how we're going to do the fire with the wood. So funny how the white part of the seed comes out of its shell, and then from the shell it gets pulverized. This was such an excellent idea. I love the way this is working out. I'm telling you, it might be a little extra work, but it's all natural. I just picked this one up off the ground. I saw it when it fell. So it's like you can kind of direct the oil to its origins, its actual origins, the tree that the castor seeds came from, the trees that the coconut that was used to mash the ripened and roasted seeds came from. You have the lineage of everything that was used in the process. Y'all, this stuff is so creamy like. Wow. Now that was about, I want to say, maybe a pound or so. And what we're going to do is put it over some heat, wood burning. And the charcoal is wood charcoal that was made. That's good. I try to keep everything in this one area while still allowing me to smush it. Now, you could tell. And then what's great, once we put this on fire, everything that's in these walls or smeared around comes bubbling to the top. That's why I really want to get the white seeds that are within the shells pulverized, because that's where your oil is. And we want to get a good rendering. So guys, make sure you're pre-ordering and make sure you're subscribed. We're going to show you the process of coconut, not coconut, but cocoa butter. We have chocolate seeds that we're going to be putting, well, have been roasting with the castor seeds. So they're next. We're also going to do coconut and extract that oil. I mean, based on these principles of, what we're doing, being aligned with the lunar and solar aspects of our universe, and being in alignment with it, using all natural items to effectuate it. Because my thing was, I'm going to spend money on packaging that people are normally going to throw away. What I want is to recycle something, put some local St. Lucians to work with their crafty work, and gives people a keepsake in the sacred oil that's coming in it. So my prototype using the coconut shell as packaging, I believe is really going to work. The only thing that I'm, kind of, iffy on is the whole idea of how to close it. Now, I've thought of possibly giving it to you just as a coconut and you crack it open, but I don't want any of the oil to escape. Maybe having it that way and putting a protective cover over that part of the shell that has the oil and being able to put the resin on top to, so you could crack it like we would any coconut here. So we'll see. We got the bottom part, the actual shell part, pretty much together. This stuff is looking really great. I just, like I said, I want to get any of those white seeds that have been taken out of the shell and it's still whole. Look at how this stuff is just boiling up, and then this heat is helping. And yes, I'm using a coconut, a coconut that was whole and will be the packaging for your oil. Look at how it's getting nice and shiny with the castor oil. So inside and out, you're going to be benefiting from this batch of castor oil. Make sure you pre-order because y'all, we're not going to have a lot. I believe what we have here might be about 10 ounces. 10 ounces. We're selling them an ounce, in ounces. And we got to still, we still don't have, well, yeah, we do. We have it. We just need to post it. That link is being posted right now on the website, My Alkaline Vegan Journey. You'll see Journey to Enlightenment, which is the 7-day all-inclusive get together, is what I can call it, with our family members who have done the reset. The reset is so important because that's where you change your body's gears from what was to what will be, because you're starting back from the beginning, almost like a child. And I referenced that after doing my first reset detoxification. I wound up, my bowel movements changed. Every time I would eat, I would have to be relatively close to a restroom because it wasn't staying. I didn't have time. I always had to go right away, or within 30 minutes, I would say, which is a good thing because nothing needs to sit in your body. Once it's used nutrients, what is the food still doing there? The waste. The lymphatic system should be busy at work. So yeah, guys, this stuff is melted into mush like nothing. Wow. This is it. And this covers so much space. Okay. This is okay. So this is all I'm gonna smash right now, and I'm gonna leave this coconut in here and add the water so we can get the castor residue off of the coconut as well. So hold on one second. Let me go fetch the water. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you come with me. Let me see if I can get this closer so you can see down in there. I'm telling you, I gotta get a towel. I am so sweaty. This is the castor beans with the coconut that we're mashing it with. And it's perfect. Beans still roasting. Yeah, guys, because it rained, everything has kind of changed as far as our setup. But as you can see, we're getting rain, sun, and everything in between. So let's see. This mush is perfect. I can still see some white seeds. This was a perfect way of doing this too. I love this. This was quick, easy, and thorough. So let's do this. We're going to get started with our wood burning fire, and we're going to build it ourselves. Let me see. I'm going to put this here so you all can see. I'm going to leave that like that since it's still in the sun. Let it keep doing its thing. I should have had these in the fork. This was the part that I thought Reggie was going to do for me. But I've got some kindling, and I need one more rock. So I think I am going to put that directly on the fire. I'm going to do both. Because this can be burned on the inside and out. It's so great. I don't know. Yeah, hold on for a minute. I think of what I'm going to do is take a break. Yeah, let's do that. Now, when I come back, we're going to set up differently outside since we're kind of dealing with rain and sun. And we're going to be extracting this oil because at 12:56 is when the oil needs to be starting to extract. So let's do that. It's 12:30 right now. We've got about 50 minutes. So I'll be back in about 50 minutes.